Alabama.
Alabama's here. This is Brett Sellers with ALDOT. We have a targeted DMS campaign that will begin Sunday night. We've already performed some press releases to generate some media interest, and we are hosting some TIM training classes, one in Birmingham and one in Mobile, both on Friday. We've invited the media to come in and hopefully do some interviews, ask some questions, and allow us to tell our story.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Alaska. Arizona.
This is Jeff King with Arizona Division. I don't think there's anybody else on from here. Probably the highlight event is our Super Wednesday training. Dr. Harden and I we've been setting up our TIM display booth at various events, most recently at the Suns Arena, signing people up for the Super Wednesday training event. As of yesterday, I think we were close to topping 400 registered attendees for that training event. There's 8 classes throughout the state.
Fantastic. Thank
Jeff,
you, Jeff.
this is
Arkansas.
Jim.
Oh,
yeah,
Jim,
I'm sorry. Jeff, Dr. Harden's not on the call. We plan to have him on here. He sent some slides. Don't know what happened. Do apologize on my behalf. But I just want to say what you just shared is phenomenal work that you and obviously Captain Cartier from DPS and the whole Aztec coalition with EMS, Dr. Harden. So kudos to Arizona, Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks, and I'll pass that on to Dr. Harden.
10-4.
All right, Arkansas. California. Colorado. Connecticut.
We're planning advanced VMS messaging for the entire week, and the various state agencies should be sending out some canned news releases. And that's really about it at this time.
Thank you so much. Delaware. Florida.
This is Sean Kinney, Florida DOT. We're working with our Office of Public Information to have some social media campaign pushed that way, also through the media outlets for local and statewide national news providers that are linked into our office. We're also working with our TSM&O engineers to have approved DMS messages. And I believe if Mike's online, Turnpike's got some stuff going on. District 5 has got some things going on, some actual demonstrations. So I won't steal his thunder if he's on, but that's what we've got going in Florida.
Hey, Sean, it's Mary Lou. Mike is actually in another meeting, so I can provide a brief description of our event. First and foremost, we'll start on Sunday with daily social media. We've got our DMS boards, programmed for messages throughout the week. We're involved with PIO reaching out to media. We do have an event on Thursday the 14th that we're working with our sister districts 4 and 6 to host a media event. It is tagged as a multi-agency incident response training demonstration. So our target audience, we've invited members of the media. We're using it as our quarterly TIM meeting, so we'll have our response partners in attendance as well, doing a full-scale of, mock scene and recovery operations. So we've got FHP, we've got a couple of our local fire agencies, tow operators, road rangers, DOT personnel. It's shaping up to be a pretty large event.
Fantastic. All right. Georgia. No one from Georgia on the line. We'll move to Hawaii. Idaho. Illinois. Indiana. Iowa. Kansas. Kentucky. Louisiana. Maine. Maryland.
Hey guys, it's Pat Rooney from CHART. We've got everything planned up like we've been saying in the previous meetings with the Maryland Transportation Authority taking the lead this year. We're actually going to be starting our kickoff with a large training session over in Delmar, right on the Delaware and Maryland line. That's probably going to be over 100 people taking the 4-hour class there. That's once again tomorrow, jointly between Delaware and Maryland. We actually have a lot of people. It seems like most of the people we're going to be training are from Delaware. Maybe that's why they didn't get on the call. So Tuesday, we have the media event planned. We'll be conducting that down at the Transportation Authority's facility at the Interstate 200, which is better known around the Washington area as the Inter-County Connector. The administrator from the Transportation Authority is going to be opening it up with the proclamation from the governor. The chief of MDTA Police, commander of the Montgomery County Police Traffic Division, who is actually going to be talking about one of his guys that was struck and killed, coming up on the 3rd anniversary of that. And the executive director of the Maryland State Firemen's Association will all be talking and covering things, with the, primarily centered on the move over law. We're going to have a lot of the police motorcycles from the Transportation Authority and Maryland State Police, Montgomery County Police, and any of the other ones that were invited. A lot of just about every law enforcement agency in the state was invited to attend it. Don't know exactly how many we'll end up with there, but fire departments are going to be well represented. The towing side is well represented. The professional or the towing and recovery professionals of Maryland sent out a big notice to all of their members statewide about it, and we've gotten some positive feedback from most of them wanting to show up. And the transportation side. And then on the 15th, we're going to be joining Jim down in Washington for their event down there at headquarters. So, it's going to be a pretty busy week. We've got all of our instructors statewide. We've challenged to hold classes at least even on their local level at their own firehouses and police stations, just to see how many people we can either get trained up the first time or how many are going to be getting some kind of refresher training next week. And that just about covers it for us.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Maryland, and also good to hear about Delaware there. We'll move on to Massachusetts. Michigan.
Good morning. This is Dawn Miller from Michigan. We are putting in the final touches for our press conference that is planned for next Tuesday. It's going to be on the west side of the state and at the Wyoming Fire Department near Grand Rapids. And we are going to have a TIM demonstration out out behind the facility in their training area. We have a local tow agency has brought in some crash vehicles for the demonstration, and we have a school bus involved in the demonstration. We're also going to have several agencies' emergency vehicles on display, and we have the footage from the GoPro cameras that have been mounted on their truck-mounted attenuator that they respond with their fire department, and they're going to have footage on thumb drives that they can distribute to the press that they can replay if they like. And then also we're going to have a tabletop demonstration available after the press conference, and also a 4-hour TIM training after the press conference. And then the following day, there are 3 other TIM trainings scheduled throughout the state. We are also having speakers from the Grand Rapids Fire Department, Michigan State Police, Wyoming Fire Department, EMS, AAA of Michigan, Michigan Towing Association, and the Michigan State Police Office of Highway Safety Planning, as well as Michigan DOT speakers. We're all going to be reinforcing our move over law in Michigan. And also we are going to have messages posted on our DMS board statewide and communications on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Minnesota.
Hey, it's John from Minnesota. As far as I know, there's not been any progress. I talked to one of the State Patrol Public Affairs people last week, and he said it's basically in the hands of the DPS's public affairs person, and it did not appear that anything was happening unless they're up to something. So that was basically DOT deferred it over to DPS, to Department of Public Safety, and that's kind of where it stands at right now. So I don't believe anything's happening, but I can double check again, but I don't think so.
John, this is Jim. Use your sphere of influence, brother.
Well, if I tell him I'm Jim.
Minnesota's a leader. How can you tell us all on live webinar, all our brethren on this call? Come on, Minnesota.
I'll tell them I'm Jim number 2 too. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, Jim.
Oh my God.
I hear you. I know. Well, we gotta be colored wrong on the map of shame. So maybe next time the map of shame will help.
Well, we know DOT with your leadership and a whole bunch of others are doing great things in Minnesota, John. So regardless, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All righty, Mississippi. Missouri. Montana. Nebraska. Nevada.
Good morning, everybody. This is Pat Gallagher from Nevada. We got started out here a little bit early for Responder Week on the week of October 15th. The Nevada Office of Traffic Safety co-hosted with the Nevada Department of Transportation the Nevada Traffic Safety Summit in Sparks, Nevada, the Reno-Sparks area. And at that time, we conducted a Sharp 2 training class. I think we had 57 folks attend that. And then in the afternoon, the Northern Nevada TIM Coalition conducted a fatal crash demonstration involving 3 vehicles, an impaired driver, and a garbage truck. And we had every first responder agency represented conducting that incident clearance for all the participants at the Traffic Safety Summit, also spreading the word regarding Responder Safety Week coming up in November. With that said, we had every media outlet involved in the coverage of the Traffic Safety Summit and our crash demonstration at the conference. Regarding this coming week, NDOT is putting out a press release statewide. I believe that the TMC centers are going to be programming the DMS boards regarding the move over law, all first responder agency PIOs will be spreading the word throughout the week regarding responder safety and the move over law. And we're also conducting a Sharp 2 classes on the 13th in Las Vegas. But the word's being spread, and we've done some really good things, I think, here in Nevada over the last month or so regarding the upcoming Responder Safety Week. So that's all I have. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. New Hampshire. New Jersey.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Bob Palmacala from New Jersey. On the last call, I had said that we were going to do something similar to what Florida is going to do, but because of our weather, we wanted to do it in September instead of in November. So we had our large-scale exercise. We had some partners from Pennsylvania and Delaware come and assist with us and kind of do some cross-pollinating training with their people. Just to kind of see what we do and how it differs from what they do, and it doesn't. So it was a great day. It was filmed. We're going to release some of the footage this week during a media blitz, which will actually include a public service announcement with the state police colonel, the DOT commissioner, and the New Jersey Division of Highway Safety director. So we're looking to get that out. We've also updated our training and our informational flyers over the past couple of weeks. We've also updated our njtim.org website, which will actually be released sometime that week. And we have, I believe it's 7 courses throughout the state, TIM courses, which the biggest one is probably the EMS conference in Atlantic City on 11/13. So, which it looks like there's going to be about 100 people in that class. So that's what we got going. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we move on to the great state of New Mexico, for those looking on the screen, you can see that Jim's slides are available for download there. I know a few of you asked because you wanted to be able to share them with your committee meeting. So those slides are up there. All right, New Mexico. New York.
Hi, this is Becky Gibson with New York State DOT. I think I've said a couple times so far this year, I think we're going to be focusing on social media and getting the word out through social media outlets. We're coordinating with a couple of our partner agencies to have a consistent message, but that's about all we're doing, you know, just highlighting some of the good things we've been doing for TIM all year.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for sharing again. North Carolina.
Hey, good morning. This is Wayne Taylor from North Carolina, and we are going to be reaching out to some of our smaller response agencies. We do a pretty good job with the larger departments, but some of the smaller ones are somewhat neglected sometimes. So we're reaching out to them. We've built a video that's called Responder Safety Starts With You, and we're going to be showing that video to the smaller agencies to let them know how they can become involved and engaged with TIM practices. We're also running DMS boards and social media campaign, and we're working enforcement campaigns with law enforcement agencies as far as move over law is concerned. So those are about the activities we have going on for next week.
Hey, Wayne, this is Jim Ostrich. Kudos to you. What I caught there that we're really focused on is reaching the locals, those that are, as you say, neglected a lot of times. Super important that everyone hear that loud and clear, because that's an important audience in the responder community that we need to do an even stronger job of getting the training to and bringing into the team. So thank you.
Right. Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Moving on to Ohio. Oklahoma.
Did you call North Dakota? I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Jim. No, North Dakota. Okay.
Okay.
Oklahoma was a no. Oregon. Pennsylvania. Rhode Island. South Carolina.
Yeah, this is Ray Parker with the Sacramento Department of Transportation. We've been running some VMS boards announcing over the move over law. I think everybody's aware of that. We're also holding 5 Sharp 2 classes during the week to some of the local agencies, trying to get them to go from there. Also, we'll be promoting stuff on social media. That'll be about all we'll be doing.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
South Dakota. Tennessee.
Good morning. It's Gary Ogletree in Nashville. I'm with the Tennessee Department of Transportation. This last week we had our 15th annual Highway Safety and Operations Conference. Thought it turned out well. We also in the past week, the Commissioner of our department and Department of Safety and Homeland Security and the Colonel of the Highway Patrol re-signed a quick clearance memorandum. Now that that's done, we'll be passing a version of that on to our local entities to get them to sign on as well. Actually re-sign the counties and cities and such. We've got 2 hands-on trainings scheduled, one for the next 2 weeks at the training academy at the track at the TIM track at the Highway Patrol Training Academy. We'll be for the next week we'll be implementing social media pushes, and our public communications office will be getting the word out on the week, and we've got dynamic messages scheduled to run from November 11th through the 15th. One other thing I regret that I probably need to mention this week, we had 2 of our contract people that were replacing raised pavement markers in Memphis were struck and killed, a 22-year-old and a 30-year-old, and in that same crash, the trooper that was working in the work zone was seriously injured. He's expected to recover. That's all we've got.
Sorry for your loss, Gary. We are tracking as best we can construction work zone related struck bys. So may they rest in peace and good job as usual in Tennessee, sir.
Texas. Utah. Vermont. Virginia. Washington. West Virginia. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is here. Good morning, everybody. John Riemann, Communication Manager at the WisDOT Traffic Management Center. We will be working on, we have DMS going out every day, emphasizing a different discipline and the need to move over for all of them, not just when they see the law enforcement and the blues and the reds from fire department. We're also doing social media on those channels, and I just got the go-ahead moments ago on a news conference that we're planning for next week with law enforcement, fire EMS, towing, mobile mechanics, and the public works people and their vehicles as background to talk about the importance of the work that's being done. And then we're going to move inside to our traffic management center to emphasize the communication that occurs during an incident to manage it. And talking points will include the steer it, clear it, move over, slow down, and eliminating distractions and focusing on the road ahead. So we're looking forward to the week.
Thank you so much.
Good job, sir. Thank you.
Wyoming. Puerto Rico. Washington, D.C. All right, is there anybody from associations or interested parties who is working on anything that would like to take this opportunity to share? All right. Well, thank you, everybody who reported in. We'll compile that information into everything that's been collected since August. We have a good idea of what's going on around the country next week. Jim, do you want to close this out?
Yeah. First, I want to again apologize. Jeff King from Federal Highway Division, Arizona, did report on the work that they're doing, an amazing number, over 400, I think, that Dr. Harden reported, Jeff as well, for their Super Wednesday Mass Tim training event, and other outreach you're doing, and as well as, I heard others mention regarding move over, quick clearance, whether social media or using DOT resources with DMSs. Not every state obviously was able to get on the call. There's quite a number of states that weren't didn't report today, but we know that they're doing similar activities that are being said. But I wanted to real quick mention that I attended the VDOT open house again on the 26th, and was a smash success again. And the families with kids, you guys, I think, have heard me mention. I think it's a best practice if other states for next year, if you want to learn about how VDOT plans and executes this major open house. I can't tell you how successful it is, but the families with young kids coming in and running or hitting sirens and lights and just in and out of literally what looks like to be more than 100 vehicles plus helicopters, and there was 5 rotators on their parking lot, which is a huge facility, huge lot. I just wanted to mention Ellen Kamalakis that a lot of you heard report previously. She's the senior PIO. So today's Friday. The week is imminent, and there's still time for you to plan, even messaging on DMSs. I'm sorry. Okay, so with that, I guess what I was trying to say is there's still time if you know something you want to talk to your public affairs folks, you want to still try to do in addition, please do so, and let us know. Paul and I are very much here to support you. And next week's summit that you heard me mention, I can tell you that everything that's occurring there is really in support of you, the National TIM community champions that you are. So once again, is anyone, Adam can open the line, does anyone have any last minute comments, suggestions, ideas that you would like to share? Please do so right now. Okay, I see Sergeant Smith from VSP is typing. Okay. Well, Adam. Okay, who was that? Was that a young Tim Champion? Anyway, thank you all for taking the time to join us today, and have a great balance of your week, and let's knock it out of the park next week. But one quick mention, Rebecca from New York made the comment year round, and that was a good point. I forgot to highlight that, Becky, that and everyone, all states, we should be waving the flag of success for Tim year round, but certainly during our week, the second week in November for National Traffic Incident Response Awareness Week. So thank you all, and we'll talk to you soon. Adam, thank you again.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, everybody else. Good luck next week.
Thanks. Have a good week.